Gang,
What up, gang?
welcome to another episode of Flick Filter. I'm Big Diesel,
I'm Coach.
and today we're doing
What are we doing?
Marvel Talk. We're going to talk about everything. As of right now, I think there's currently Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which I'm enjoying. I know you haven't watched it. But we'll talk about that another time.
Mm-hmm.
We hope everybody is doing great today. We hope everybody is having a good first of the year.
Yep.
January just passed. Black History Month is right now.
Yes.
So
Yep.
happy Black History Month, Martin Luther King Day, all that good stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And yeah, we just hope everybody is enjoying our stuff and whatnot, all of our videos that we say. So please show love to them, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff.
Hit that notification button.
Yeah, not too hard.
No.
Not too hard.
Yeah.
We don't want you to break your laptop or whatever.
Or your phone.
Whatever you watch it. So.
iPad.
Anywho, so yeah. So I think so. As I remember, so Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is on.
Yep.
Go check that out.
Yeah.
Let me talk about that for a little bit. No spoilers. We're gonna do no spoilers for it, and we'll do a full review once we have watched it all.
Yep.
But yeah, it's cool. I don't like the animation, necessarily. But they kind of did it to where it's like
I thought it was supposed to match the old comic book style.
Ditko, and all that stuff. So it's cool. It's definitely entertaining. And it's good. Yes. Osborn is black. We get it.
Gasp.
Gasp. Harry's black.
He's black too.
It's stuff that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. We just care, is it good, and is it relatable? That's another thing. And why do you make these changes? Is it to appeal to a certain demographic, or is there a really good reason to make these changes? So we just want to see the whole thing before we judge, and try to be unbiased. But first off, I'm like 3 episodes in, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. There's been some times where it's kind of dragged a little bit, like gotten a little slow, but not too bad. It's still entertaining.
Okay.
And even the storyline is pretty cool. It is definitely in another universe.
Mm-hmm.
So they wanted to base it like it is, first it was like his freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
In the
that
MCU, and then they kind of made it animated and made it in another universe, so they can be able to do different stuff, and not be tied to the main MCU and have to fit in that bubble.
So that was the reasoning. That makes sense.
Yeah, and also so they can surprise people, do things different. And I know a lot of people are like, it's not that way in the comics. Because it's in another universe, so they can do things like that. So,
quick question though.
Yeah.
In relation to all the other things that are coming out this year, in your opinion, why do you think it's coming out now? Do you think was that explained? Why they've made this now, even though it's kind of in its own.
Well, animation takes a long time.
Okay.
So I think it was just already animated,
It was just in production.
And then, yes, they made some tweaks on how they do TV shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And these shows are coming out in chunks. So I think next week is like the finale, so it comes out in chunks, so you get more than just one episode a week.
Okay.
Which I like that. But yeah, you get Norman Osborn kind of mentoring him instead of Iron Man.
Yeah.
And there are some parallels to the main MCU, but they definitely did some differences too. So
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I think it's cool. Yeah. So that's
Right.
all I'll say with that one.
Cool. Cool.
Um,
Guess we can talk about
Captain America: Brave New World.
Captain America: Brave New World. Yes, that is coming out really soon,
Mm-hmm.
actually. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I haven't heard probably as much as you have, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. Anthony Mackie, he's
Comes out February 14th, so
14th,
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Yep, it comes out.
So
Yeah,
we're
so
gonna try to see that,
around the time.
around that time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
So yeah, that's definitely on the list of things that we're going to be reviewing soon.
How you feeling about that movie so far?
Well, yeah, I was saying I was saying that I'm looking forward to it. I haven't heard as much as you as far as how far as the early reviews have been coming in. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm excited to see it. Um, I've always liked Anthony Mackie as Sam. I thought he and Chris Evans had good chemistry. I thought him and Bucky, they were good together as well during the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They had that buddy cop
Yep.
dynamic.
Yep. Lethal
Where
Weapon.
where it's like they don't really like each other, but even though they were both close with Steve, but then now that Steve is off wherever,
Wherever he is.
yeah, wherever he is, and then now they kind of been joined together, and then every I really enjoyed Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm not sure how everybody felt about it. I've heard positives and I've heard negatives, but I think I've enjoyed it probably more than the average person who saw it.
Yeah.
I thought it definitely was one of the better MCU
I
TV
think
shows.
it could have been better.
Yeah, I can see that
Yeah,
too.
So it has its kind of pros and cons. But yeah, I've heard some rumblings on certain stuff how some people test audiences have not been liking some of the the screenings that they've been having and stuff like that. Which yeah, that kind of worries me a little bit. But at the end of the day, my opinion is my opinion, so I'm just gonna have to see it for myself. But yeah, I just hope it's good. Got my boy Seth Rollins in there. Well, actually, he said that he wasn't really gonna be in there, so he got cut out. But I don't trust nobody nowadays.
Yeah.
Thanks, Andrew Garfield. So I don't know. I don't know. He could be in there. He could not be in here. I just don't trust when celebrity. Just because I get it, you can't say too much, but
Yeah.
But
should we say much about the plot, or should we say that when we actually review? Because I know if
everything that's in the trailer.
In the trailer, yeah. So, I mean, I feel like the trailer kind of speaks much for itself. It's a political thriller in a sense. Sam is now Captain America, yet a lot of people aren't necessarily happy about that.
Yep.
There's
Yep.
How would you describe the main threat or antagonist for the movie?
So I can't say much.
Okay. Yeah, you probably
I know some of it is dealing with Tiamat getting adamantium, so it's that. There's some stuff with um, Thaddeus Ross, played by Harrison Ford. He's trying to get a new Avengers team together. But it's like he's kind of going back to the thing of the Sokovia Accords.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's a different actor, you still got to realize it's the same character.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it didn't work out well that time. So it's like, I don't feel so. And I'm still like, just like Steve. Steve never wavered on where he stood on that part. Regardless of what was going on with Bucky, I feel like there was still some division on about the Accords as well.
Yeah.
People just kind of focus on the other subplot.
Yeah.
With Bucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
It's funny though. I still see people to this day debate about Civil War, like as far as who was right between between Cap and Tony, and I'm like, dang, y'all are still debating over this, like, and we could get into it, but it's like I feel like it's been debated so heavily at this point.
And we never did a review on that, but maybe put in the comments if y'all want us to do a review. But it's been out for a while.
It is.
It's one of my favorites. We did the top 5, but
same here.
But basically, there's that plot. There's also they're trying to get the feel of Winter Soldier. Of course, it's a different director.
Yeah,
I forget his name, but they're dealing with that. You got a new Falcon.
Yep.
Which is I can't remember his name. I'm sorry, guys, but can't too many names.
I could look it up real quick, but probably not. For the
But so you got that. You got a new suit, of course. All the superheroes get a new suit. Multiple suits. So you got everybody trying to get that Tiamat, the adamantium, and then there's a main plot that, there's somebody pulling the strings.
Of course, always somebody.
And then you have Red Hulk. So
of course,
they kind of want to get the same vibe as Winter Soldier. So I don't know how that will come to fruition.
Yeah.
While watching it, but that's all I'll say.
Okay. That I'm ready for it. Yeah, let's do it. Another one.
How you feel about what Anthony Mackie said?
You beat me to the punch.
Yeah.
You beat me to the punch.
Yeah.
So essentially, for those who don't know, Anthony Mackie made a statement, and I did a screenshot because I didn't want to misquote what he said, because essentially he was saying how Captain America doesn't represent America, but he more so represents the world, like what in terms of like what he should be, or what the world should be, or what he's supposed to represent. And
some people took it the wrong way.
Yeah, so basically it was like he said Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term America should be one of those representations. It's about a man who keeps his word, who has honor, dignity, and integrity, someone who is trustworthy and dependable. So from my understanding, because I didn't read too many of the comments, but I just know there was backlash that I'm sure people were offended by him not representing America, as far as that not being something to ascribe to represent. I feel like that's probably what they were offended by, like saying like, oh, why shouldn't he represent America?
Well, people always offended us.
Yeah.
Whether you're the right or the left, everybody gets offended about the craziest stuff. So
yeah.
So
I guess my thoughts were, I mean, he's right. Like if you look at just how things are currently in the country, like, and I'm not even gonna say currently, because things kind of ebb and flow in terms of how people as a whole feel, but things have definitely been on a downward, have been trending downward, not just in terms of how America views itself, but in terms of how the world views America as well over the last few years. And so I think a lot of times people in where we live can kind of lie to themselves and say like, oh yeah, we're the greatest country on earth. And maybe to some people that is true,
right?
But how the majority of people have been treated,
right?
Whether a certain minority or a certain background, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, things aren't great for most people who are just trying to just make it. So um, I agree with what Anthony Mackie said, and then also Chris Evans said something pretty similar, and
He basically
definitely
agreed with
yeah.
them, and people aren't talking about Chris Evans.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about Anthony Mackie. My thoughts on it is basically this. If you read the comics, I know you didn't read the comics,
Mm-hmm.
but and even if you look at Steve Rogers in the MCU,
Yeah.
he never stood on just it being America.
Yeah.
I think, and that was the whole point of Civil War as well,
Right.
was he was wrestling with America. You got Winter Soldier. He was wrestling with the certain things about how government treats. I think was it Samuel L. Jackson had those little drones that that can shoot you down before you make the crime, and it was like that's not freedom. That's I forget what he said, but yeah, if you look at even just those two movies and anything else you've seen him in, he doesn't represent. He's not a flag waving, you know, guy that's just, I'm American, and it's more of, the person he symbolizes, like how he symbolizes, it's he's true to his word. He stands on business. He doesn't waver at all.
Yeah.
He stands on what he believes, and yeah, I feel like you guys are everybody is looking at it in a certain view that he was never meant to really be. He wasn't meant to be like the symbol of, you know, America, of how most people see America. It's mostly just, you know, he's one of those things, man. He stands on what he believes. So you had Civil War where he was fighting with Tony about the government, and the government kind of controlling and telling, you know, the superheroes what they should or should not do. It's definitely not a right or left kind of thing. It never has been. So that's what I say, man. It's just, yeah, everybody wants to twist your words, and everybody wants to use words against you and make everything political when you gotta realize it's still a Marvel movie.
Yeah, it is a movie. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I would imagine those same people mad that his words are probably mad that he's Captain America in the first place. I would imagine. So
that part. Yeah.
So
at the end of the day.
So yeah.
It doesn't matter who puts on the suit, as long as they kind of symbolize what he stands for.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, they're good for Captain America, and he didn't choose Bucky, he chose Sam.
Yeah. Bucky had his own stuff.
Well, he has his own arc.
Yeah. And I just don't see him embracing that role. To be honest, like I don't think he would have wanted it, even if Steve did want it to be him.
Yeah.
So I think it winded up being who it was supposed to be.
Yeah, I think so too. So we got Daredevil Born Again, March 4th.
That's coming out
soon. Yeah. So, I think it's 10 or 9 episodes because they broke it up. Because it is supposed to be 18, but they broke it up.
So it's gonna be 2 seasons, or is it like one mini? Is it like one mini series basically? It's broken up.
Yeah.
Or limited series, however they want to call it.
I don't think it's gonna be limited if a lot of people like it. So,
of course.
And then they got the Defenders stuff that they're tying everything together.
Wow.
Yeah. So, it already showed that Punisher
Frank
is in
Castle.
it. Yeah. So, what do you think about the trailer? What do you think about the
I
show?
don't remember if I actually saw the trailer. I don't think I actually saw it still.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
maybe I'll just
Let's
go
watch
online.
it. Let's watch
Yeah.
it. But okay. So did you
Yeah.
watch the Netflix series?
Yes, of course I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
One of the
so
best Netflix series I've seen.
so ever since that they announced this, what were your thoughts?
I was really hyped. Like I was probably one of the most uh, excited that I've been
Mm-hmm.
uh, as far as shows, because well, most excited that I've been as far as Marvel projects. Whenever they made the announcement a couple years back, actually, at this point.
Yeah.
Um,
It's done some reshoots. So I
yeah.
heard about kind of the stuff that happened and
Well,
what was gonna be, and now I heard
yeah.
kind of the. I'm not gonna go into spoilers, but
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. I know a little bit. I think from what you had told me initially, and I'm glad that they did make some changes.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm very
Kevin
excited.
Feige did not like what he saw supposedly, so
Yeah. And Marvel, that's one thing. They are good for doing reshoots. Like they're always doing reshoots, and I've realized that and it's not just Marvel.
yeah.
That's basically part of big blockbuster films now in general. Like that's just a. So I used to think that, or it used to be that when things did reshoots, that was a sign that something was wrong with
And
the movie.
sometimes it is.
So occasionally it is, but like if you're reshooting like half the movie, then that's a red flag. But it's pretty common now, even for movies that do end up being pretty critically well received. So I'm excited for it. I don't really have all the context as far as like
Yeah,
what
you
the
didn't even
storyline will
watch the
be.
trailer, so I'm just gonna go off the trailer. Basically, it's a lot of course, Daredevil's coming back. You know, he hasn't. He kind of takes off the mantle. Something bad happens, where he feels like he crossed the line, and he's telling this to Kingpin. And basically, they're just trying to, because Kingpin is mayor of New York City at the time of this. So basically, he's they're basically saying, hey, we'll shake hands. You don't get in my way, I don't get in your way, and kind of just doing things. But there's somebody who's taken down vigilantes, and he's just got to kind of justify, you know, what he should do, basically. So yeah.
Okay.
That's all I say.
Cool. How are you feeling about it?
I feel good. I feel good. Feel good. I'm just wondering if it's gonna be the same tone, and if it's gonna be the same feel.
Yeah.
Because when you see him Kingpin and Echo, and then Hawkeye, and then you seen Daredevil in Spider-Man, No Way Home, and
Spoiler.
then I mean it's been out for a while.
Like 2 to 3 years. Yeah.
Anyways, you see him in No Way Home, and then you see him in She-Hulk. It's two totally different, kind of vibes. Yeah. So I'm trying to see how it works. How's everything gonna be when you get the whole, rest of the team in there?
Yeah.
You got Luke Cage, you got Jessica Jones, you got Iron Fist.
Okay.
Which I was a big Power Man Iron Fist thing. And regardless of what you think about the guy who played him, I think they're still gonna keep him as it. I don't know how everybody feels about that, but I feel like he can do it just with the right director behind him, and I think yeah, I just hope they put some good people in it. They
Yeah.
kind of, because of the reshoots, they're kind of straightening out the way they do TV shows and
Mm-hmm.
trying to get real people to do these real TV directors to do
Mm-hmm.
these TV shows instead of trying to make them like movies because they're
Yeah.
two totally different
Two
things.
different mediums. Yeah,
Yeah,
they do. I have heard that.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That
So,
makes sense. Cool, cool, cool. What's
uh,
next on the docket?
Thunderbolts, May 2nd.
Ooh, Thunderbolts.
Okay. But anyways, um, yeah. So Thunderbolts with an asterisk.
Basically, it's the Suicide Squad. I'm kidding. Um, that's what they seem like
Kind
they're
of.
treating how they're treating them
Yeah.
in a sense.
Innocence.
But it's funny. All of them. Well, I'm pretty sure all of them have been part of another Marvel
Yep.
project already. So you're not getting introduced to anyone for like the first time. At least for the main
Yep.
group. I don't know. I know there's going to be more like antagonists probably that are
Yep.
introduced for the first time. But yeah, they're basically on a mission to do some stuff. Yeah, take it away, DJ.
Okay. So basically, when you said take it away, I thought of take it away, Trini.
That's what I was going for. That's what I was going for. Thank you.
Some of y'all would get that. Some of y'all don't.
Some of y'all get that on the way home.
Yeah. But yeah, Thunderbolts, Suicide Squad. Hey, we're done. We're good. We're good. No. So without spoilers, because I do know too much.
He always knows too much.
Man, I be in the Matrix, man. Be in the Matrix.
All right, Neo.
Hey, man, it's not bad to be the one. But no. So basically, they're sent, to kill Bob for some reason.
Oh, I know that.
To kill Bob, and Bob is Bob, you know. And they end up realizing, somebody's trying to destroy him,
Mm-hmm. It's a dummy mission.
a dummy mission. So now they got to kind of confront the person, and yeah, we'll see.
Not too much. Not too
We'll
much.
see. We'll see what happens from there. Just like Brave New World, it takes a lot more than Deadpool and Wolverine to really kind of turn me around, to be positive about some of these films. So I'm kind of just, wavering my expectations, but you got a lot riding on this. I think everything up until Doomsday at least has to be good. Very
Yeah.
good. Very good. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be good. It's got to make the money as well. So it's a lot riding on this. You got Bucky, of course.
Yep.
I like Bucky, Sebastian Stan.
Of course, you got Yelena.
Yelena. Yeah, you got Yelena. Which I feel like she's good, but you got her dad, which I love David Harbour. But I'm not really feeling his comic relief and the way they're using Red Guardian.
Mm-hmm.
But David Harbour always kills it. You got what's his name?
I don't know.
The U.S. agent
Oh, John Walker.
John Walker.
The true Captain America.
Cap.
Yeah, yeah, it's Cap.
Got it.
He's who America
But
really is.
But yeah, what I don't know. I was indifferent towards him. I guess he did what he's supposed to do, but we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll
he
see.
did what he's. I think he did what he's supposed to do in Cap, the Winter Falcon and the Winter Soldier
Yeah.
because I don't think you were really supposed to like him.
Right. But then you got Ghost, which we haven't seen her in since. Oh man, it's been years.
Ant-Man,
Quantum Man. No.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
And the Wasp. And then like she jumped up. She went Ghost. You got Taskmaster, which they need to.
Next.
Yeah, they really didn't do her well in Black Widow. So, whether she's a girl or boy, I need you to retcon some stuff. Make it to where, she's right. So, there's a lot riding on this. And then Bob. Doodle Bob.
Not Doodle Bob.
Doodle Bob, man. So yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what else is next.
Next, we got No, is it the Wakanda show?
Ironheart.
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
I'm gonna watch it probably.
No,
yeah, I will watch it. I don't know. I think I did see the trailer. They had a trailer, right? Or they had something. Yeah, they had a teaser. They had something.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Cool.
I don't remember.
Cool. I mean, I don't know too much. I don't really know what all to expect. I mean, she's a fairly new character to me. I don't know how long she's been around in the comics. I don't think she's that
she's
old
pretty
of a
new.
character. Yeah, so I'll watch it. She premiered in Wakanda Forever.
They got my boy Anthony Ramos.
In
there.
Yeah.
From In the Heights or whatever.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
He's been in a lot of stuff, yeah.
He was in Twisters. He was in
Twisters, yeah.
He was in the Transformers movie.
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of franchises. He got a good agent.
Good agent. You do. So awesome. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I don't have too much to say about it.
I'm not really interested in the character herself, but I'll check it out. What?
I could say something, but I won't. All right. Next. And that was a Fantastic Four.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Let me make sure. Fantastic. Oh, so I forgot. Ironheart is June 24.
And that's a series, correct?
It's a series. So Fantastic Four,
first step.
July 25th. And we just got the first teaser trailer.
Yeah, we just got the first teaser.
When?
You know more than I do. Well, I mean, we both saw it. So
when did it come out? Monday?
I think Monday or Tuesday. No, Monday.
Yeah. So, yeah. I know some things.
You know,
I'll let you go
family.
first. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember seeing Rise of the Silver Surfer when I was a senior in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think we left the senior picnic to go watch it. So,
yeah.
I
watched the 2005 movie. And
aside from Galactus, I thought it was decent. And then I didn't see Fantastic.
That's what it's called.
I mean, they put the 4 in there.
I
With a Michael B. Jordan one. I didn't see that.
Miles Teller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see it either, but I heard it was terrible.
Yeah.
Sad, because I wanted it to be good too.
I wanted it to be good, yeah.
The trailer made it seem like it was going to be good.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was upset because I liked the actors in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like the actors in it. I thought it was going to be really good, and then
It's just a
when it
shame.
came out, it was like everybody was like, no,
But we should not trust the critics or whatever. We should see it for ourselves.
we should.
So we didn't do good on that,
We did not.
but a lot was happening during that time.
Yeah.
But as far as that goes, I just you know, don't know if they can do a good Fantastic Four. I don't know. I'm ready to be proven wrong, but the trailer was good. I just don't know if they can do a good Fantastic Four movie. So we will have to see. I don't have any opinions from the trailer. The trailer was good. A lot of people are comparing it to the Superman and Fantastic Four. I still feel a different vibe from both of them. Both were good trailers. The only kind of critique I would say is Thing doesn't sound like the Thing, even though he was in the bear, and he does look terrible. A lot of people are saying he looks terrible. He looks good. He looks comic book accurate, which comic book accuracy does not always mean good, but he looks good. I don't think he looks bad. It was just a voice. I felt like he didn't sound like the Thing, but that's just a minor nitpick. But I like Pedro Pascal. A lot of people complain about Pedro Pascal. I think he'll do well. You mentioned something about Pedro.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say that. Yeah, I thought that Pedro was good casting, just like objectively. But I also know that he's in so many franchises currently. Like he's been in DC. He's been um, out. Yeah, he's currently on the
Last
Last of
of
Us.
Us. Yeah.
He's I don't know why I'm blanking. He's been in Game of Thrones, of course. He's been in a bunch of stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
that was
he's
years
been
ago.
in a
That was
bunch
he was only in one season. That was years ago. But he's been in a lot of stuff. I'm forgetting things right now. Oh yeah, he was in Kingsman. He's been in a lot.
Gladiator 2.
Gladiator too, of course. So yeah,
He's been in a lot of stuff.
he's been in a lot of stuff. And I'm not saying he shouldn't be in a lot of things, but I guess when I was thinking of Reed Richards, I was like, oh, maybe we could get somebody else. And also, he is older. Like I think he's what close to 50, maybe. So I was like, oh, but we don't know how long they're going to be using this set of actors as the Fantastic Four. Chances are they'll probably reboot it anyway after Secret Wars. So we'll see. But yeah, I think
I don't think so.
you don't.
But,
Okay, well,
I'll just
we'll
leave
see.
that. But
We'll see. But yeah, I did think he was a older. I think he is good casting, but it's like because he's in so many franchises, I was like, yeah, maybe we could just get somebody else for it.
you just want John Krasinski.
That's what you said.
Oh yeah, that's just
Ah.
what I said.
See,
You know?
you pushing it on me.
I stand by my statement though.
See how
I stand by my statement, man. And then the fact that Emily Blunt could have been the Invisible Woman, but I get it. You know, there's probably a good reasoning for why he was in Multiverse of Madness. They did him dirty, and there's probably a reasoning behind all that, and why they casted Pedro Pascal. But
yeah,
the opportunity is
right there.
But I don't know much about the Thing. I don't know much about Johnny Storm, the actor.
I could say with the actor who's playing Johnny Storm, Joseph Quinn, he was just in Gladiator 2 as well.
That's right.
He was also in Stranger Things. He's been in Stranger Things.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And he was recently in A Quiet Place Day One.
Okay.
So he's been in a lot of things lately.
And then Vanessa Kirby, she was in Hobbs and Shaw. That's about all.
She's also been in the Mission Impossible movies, the last couple.
Oh.
Well, I don't know if she was in. I can't remember if she was in Fallout, but she was in the very last one. I think she was also in Rogue Nation. So she's been in at least a couple of the Mission Impossible movies. so she's doing well.
Yeah.
Um,
So I hope it does well. I hope it
yeah,
does well. You got Galactus,
of course,
so that means Silver Surfer.
likely.
So I'll leave it at that. I know too much.
He knows too much. I know nothing. Jon Snow. Um, so yeah, we got a couple more things to go over.
Now we got Eyes of Wakanda.
I honestly know nothing about the show. I just know.
I mean, they haven't mentioned much except for there might be an Iron Fist in there.
No, why is he in there?
You'll find it.
Okay.
Then we got Marvel Zombies. So Eyes of Wakanda is August 6th. We'll just try to run through these. We got Marvel Zombies and Wonder Man.
Okay.
We got Marvel Zombies in October, which is very fitting, and Wonder Man in December 2025. And I don't want to say too much else. Marvel Zombies, I mean, it's self-explanatory. You know.
Yeah.
Eyes of Wakanda and Wonder Man, I'll just kind of we'll wait to see what they say at Comic Con and any other announcements when they drop the trailer and all that stuff. So
yep.
I think that wraps up this unless there's something you want to say.
Not much. I mean, I think we've pretty much covered. Like, how do you? I guess big picture. Like, what do you want from the MCU? Because we've basically gone through what's coming out this year. We can talk about next year when it comes, but like, what do you want for the MCU as a whole? Like, do you feel like? I mean, of course they're headed towards something with Doomsday and Secret Wars, but do you feel like? Well, I guess this is a question. Do you feel like they should eventually start focusing more on contained stories, or do you feel like everything needs to be so connected? Like, what are your thoughts with that, or just with it how they seem to be moving currently?
So it's too many pots in the kitchen. You need an overseer to watch the TV shows and the movies. You need a good balance of everything. You don't need 4 or 5 projects in one. I get it. You're trying to boost up Disney Plus sales so people are always watching something. But it's hard to follow, especially if everything's connected. It's hard for even for the normal people who may not have Disney Plus to kind of follow. So you also got to because the thing with Quantumania, I'm gonna bring up Kane, and you're gonna realize why. But like with the Kane situation, I think with the problem was not a lot of people watched Loki. You got to realize that more people probably saw Quantumania than they saw Loki season 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So you didn't do a good job building up Kang. Period. It wasn't Jonathan Major's fault. It wasn't. It had nothing to do with that trial. It had nothing to do with that. It had everything to do with how you built this up and trying to be the next Thanos. You didn't do a good job building it up. You built it up like halfway and then just expect people to just be, and then you get him beat by Ant-Man in Quantumania. It was just like you did him dirty. I felt like you could have done better if you were gonna get him to be a bigger threat.
Yeah.
Could have done him better. You could have built it up better, but you didn't. So my thing is, you need to get back to basics. After this multiverse thing is over, back to basics. No more multiverse. And I feel like you're just using multiverse just to have these cameos, and it's cool for a good laugh or two. But I mean, at the end of the day, if it doesn't do something with the storyline, it's kind of like, why are they in here? Except for you trying to put butts in seats for just like 2 seconds of awe.
Yeah.
And then my thing is, Jonathan Majors, all that stuff is done. My thing is, I'm not saying you need to change everything back to Kang Dynasty, but just bring them back for a little while because you need Kang. You need to finish up his story. So bring back Kang, finish it up, tie it in a bow, and that way you can use it to build up what's coming next. The main villain for that.
Yeah.
So if you build him up right, you get him to kill all those kings that were in that, just easy, then he looks like a threat.
Okay.
And then I feel like you need to kill them off because we need the real deal.
Yeah.
In the 616.
Sounds good to me.
And that's all I'll say. Anything else?
Long live King, I'm playing.
Hey man, Jonathan Majors did nothing wrong.
That's a podcast for a different day. That's a whole other, whole other Bible study.
Whole other Bible study, but I said it. I stand by. Anywho, anyways, post comments down below. Let us know what else you want us to do, and any other Marvel projects you want us to do or talk about. Let us know. Let us know in the comments. And of course, do the thing, do all that stuff. Like, share, subscribe. Comment,
repost, reblog.
Tell your friends. Tell your family members.
Add it to your newsletter. Add it to your, your Insta feed.
Yeah, do all that good stuff. And we'll see you in the next one.
All right, guys. Be blessed. Be safe.